Hey everyone! Everybody ready for a new stream? I know I'm not. So, how's everybody doing? Hey, Griffin's Closet. Yeah, so it's been quite a month, or a month and a half, or a bit. You know, the last stream I did was working on the V0. Is my camera busy? No, it's not. No, it was looking all blurry, but it's not. It's just YouTube. YouTube's all blurry. Yeah, and so since then I've had to rebuild the streaming computer, so that took up some time, and I just didn't want to deal with it for a while. Other stuff going on. But in the meantime, I was able to basically, I can't say break all my printers, but they're all non-functional. Almost all my printers do not print. I don't know what to do about that. Well, I do. Hey, Bert. You made it. Even better, I made it. I was worried. 10 minutes to, I was like, what's gonna go wrong? There's gotta be something, but everything's gone fine so far. And people can hear me. I don't know if there's music in the background though. Yeah, there's music in the background. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everything looks good. Surprisingly, I didn't lose any of my settings. That was all fine. It was other problems with the computer. So, so today, I think we're gonna start with the 2.4. It is my most used machine, and it's doing awful things. Like like you can't print with it. It's making some awful noises, and I have no idea what's wrong. I'm baffled. The Switchwire, has no filament sensor, and it's completely disassembled the whole thing. So, you know, the Switchwire, it's more of a replace the filament sensor, do some reassembly, and we're good to go. But that one's off to the side. The Trident, it prints mostly until it doesn't. And it's when it doesn't that's a problem, because that's usually in the middle of a print. So what's happening there is extrusion just stops. And I have no idea why. I'm completely baffled. I've printed stuff with it. I've had failures with it. But the weird thing is if I pause it and I go and I move the filament or push it or whatever, it continues to work. So if I caught it as soon as it started happening, it wasn't a problem. It was fine. It didn't fail on me. But I'm not catching it. That's not how, I'm not sitting there watching prints. That's not something I do. So that's what's happening with that one. It just basically stops printing, and you go back and this thing's moving, doing its motions, but no filament is coming out, 20 layers above where it was. And then there's the V0. And it's a weird case. Because the V0, the last thing I did was I swapped out, hey, Squirrel Brain! Good to see ya. The last thing I did on the V0 was swap out the whole tool head for mini stealth burner, and I was happy with it. You know, I've got some prints here. Like I printed the little E3D. Is that gonna work? Hey, it did. It's the wrong color though. I have changed the color. So yeah, I printed the little E3D thing. It turned out like beautiful. Like well, not perfect, but very, very good. I was very happy with it. So I thought, hey, we're good. But then, you know, then something real needed to be printed. What I needed to print was here's a failure version of it, or a bad design. I needed to print a new stand piece for my Rode PSA1 for this, because I was going to be doing something requiring it. And so I got everything together, and I went to print it on the V0, thinking, hey, it's all good. No, it would get you know, about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, and it would just stop extruding. So it was basically doing the same thing as the Trident. But it printed fine in PLA. So all I can think of is there's something to do with the PLA is a little more flexible, and it's not though, it's more brittle. It's less hard? I don't know. But somehow the PLA is feeding and the ABS is not. I haven't tried PLA on the Trident to see if that's the same case. I doubt it. I think these are all different scenarios, which is good, you know. Hey, troubleshooting, we learn things. I learned that I designed this wrong the first time, and now it's in the garbage. So we learned that too. So now I'm basically going to, I guess I'm going to cut that out. No, I'm not. I'm going to power that up. I don't want any filament stuck in the tool head. So that's the idea. Right now, let's just show you what's going on. I have the belts loose, and I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you heard that. It's like, you know, it's a grinding sound. But yet there's no, you know, there's nothing grinding. And I'm pretty sure it's coming from the tool head. So I don't know. And this happened mid-print. Well, not mid-print. Maybe it was happening during the print. Slowly, so you didn't really notice it. And then it just got to the point where it was enough. Like, yeah, I want to get this thing off and I want to see. It got to the point where there was enough resistance, so it just skipped, and suddenly instead of printing here, it was printing here, and yeah. So, but the thing was that bugged me is it did skip diagonally. What do I need to do here? What do I need to do? I need to go into there. V23. Let's just get that extruder up to 250. I just want it hot enough to pull it out. Actually, no, I don't. I don't want to do a cold pull. Or, you know what I mean. Yeah, no, let's not. So, okay, 1 second. I got a package. I got a package. Woo! We'll open. We'll do it. We'll do an unboxing. There we go. Let's shut that off. Let it cool down a bit. Okay, let's unbox my completely unrelated to 3D printing package. I'm excited. I started cooking something recently, and this is going to help. Well, not recently. Again, I should say. This is going to help a lot if I can get it out of the damn box. Oh yeah, really, really, really. Huh? It's a whacking stick. No, I'm just kidding. It's a pizza peel. It's a really cheap pizza peel. But I'm sure it's fun. It's not really cheap. Okay, it is really cheap. It will work though. It will do what it needs to do. So yeah, I started. I don't know how it goes together. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to change the title. We're gonna have to change the title to Pizza Peel Assembly. That doesn't seem right. That seems wrong. That's wrong. Okay. Yeah, so they make it impossible to do it the wrong way. But I tried anyway. Okay, awesome. Sweet, that's just great. I already have like a pizza stone and stuff like that, so this will work really well. And I like that it comes apart. This can easily be scrubbed clean without getting the wood all wet. Awesome. I'm actually going to be having pizza. I'm making dough right now. Oh wow, that's crazy. I don't think that Canadian is big enough. So on stream. Well, no, I'm fixing a printer on stream. Dough takes like forever to make, so. Pizza printer. We need a pizza printer. It needs to print pizza. Okay, so let's start taking things off. Like printer parts, obviously. There's something going on here. I see that's broken. I really am finding this the Sparkle ABS a little bit brittle compared to the other stuff that I've used in the past. Okay, where's the temperature on this thing? We're down to 74 degrees. Yeah, I don't see any reason to leave that on. I can switch over to that camera so you can see stuff. I can do that. Still working on my camera skills. Always working on camera skills. Okay, I might as well shut this down. I think it's 65 degrees. We're okay. I'm unlikely to burn myself. It is Celsius, of course, so. Done. Let's try to leave the bolts in place. So yeah, looking at this could really be anything. This could be a rail, one of the linear rails is messed up. This could be that one of the gears in the back is screwed up. Like I did the standard checks, you know, make sure the grub screws are tight, everything like that, and all that's done. So we know that's not the problem. Did I see the new Canada site? Oh, Polymaker. Is that what we're? Yeah, Polymaker. I did. I had some small concerns about it, you know, as a consumer, and about what they were going to do, because they had a pretty big presence on Amazon in Canada, which as a Prime member, that was a thing I liked. That just happened? Yeah, I guess it did. That needs to come undone. We're getting there. Oh, that sounds awful. Okay, well, this is it. This is the determining factor. Is it right here? You know, maybe it is time that I took the steps and I finally ordered myself a bigger rail. Why did I take that screw out? Come on. Yeah. There we go. It's the rail. It's one of the rails. There's two of them. Do we need two of them? Do we really need two rails? Come on. That's like having two wheels on a bicycle. Do you really need two wheels on a bicycle? Well, I guess you do. Otherwise, it would be a unicycle. So, yeah, a bicycle, sort of. Yeah, the two is sort of determined with the name. But I don't think we need two here. And I think it's time to, yes, it's time to upgrade to the single MGN12. Ah, Amazon. Why do you keep on taking my money? I just got a pizza peel. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I don't know why this is an issue suddenly. This thing literally has like almost 2,000 hours of printing on it. I will admit though, you know, not on these rails. Sorry, not on this mount. This mount is the mount that was reprinted with the sparkle. So I need this higher. So yeah, take the back rail off, or the bottom rail, or well, not off, but we'll disconnect it from the whole system. No, where is it? On the side. It's on the side. Oh. I think we found our problem. Excuse me. So the bottom rail let's just move it until it gets better. No, it'll get better, right? So there's a couple of things that can happen here. One, maybe it's just the carriage. It's probably just the carriage. So maybe I have another rail sitting around where I can slide their carriage off and put the other carriage on here. But, you know, there is the fact that most of us are moving away from this multi-rail setup. So I'm gonna lean towards that. I'll look at Amazon. I have a supplier that I bought all the rails for the where's my brain? All the rails for the Legacy from. And you know, they were only like 25 bucks a piece. So maybe for the, what is this, 470? No, 400. What are these? What are these? What are you? $420s? Could be 400s. So 400, yeah, you know, that, you know, probably 35, 40 bucks. Won't be too bad. But hey, that's you know, that's good. That means that I will have a printer that prints ABS. Funny thing is, I need a printer that prints ABS. Of course. I had a funny feeling about you. So yeah, it doesn't want to come out. Okay, so my best bet is also the worst thing. Yeah. Come on, you can't say that that's not the best thing ever. Just sides off. Oh, yeah, just like that. You did see it. It was on the screen. Okay, these are going straight back in, so. So it does look like this will be a series. this video. You stay up there. I have no. Uh-oh. Screw fell out. Okay, so we need to pull that down. We're gonna pull this out a little bit and put it back up a little bit. Now I'm not going to tighten it until I get it back on the thing, on the rail. Okay, what's going on? There we go. That's going on. See, there's definitely an advantage of working on smaller printers on live streams. You can definitely say that a 250 is much easier to deal with than a 350. Where'd screw go? Where'd screw go? Oh, wow. I don't get it. I see no reason for what it's doing. Oh, okay, I wrecked it. Stupid magnets. So we're missing a screw. Where could it have gone? I don't understand how this is possible. I'm always losing screws though, so I should understand. It's down in here? No. There it is. All the way on the ground. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do, Bert. I'm basically just gonna leave this single rail on. It's it's not very solid. It could be better, but I'll tighten the screws and see if it does anything. Okay, so what I have to do, I'm gonna get a hold of these. Whoa, 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 you don't want to be there. You know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna put all this back together. Oh, I like this mount. I like this mount so much. It was like it was made to be assembled and disassembled. More so than the minis. And Afterburner too. Well, not necessarily. Not Afterburner too, but Stealth Burner. Okay, so everything's loose here anyway. Like I did undo the actual idler tensioners earlier because obviously I was trying to troubleshoot it. Yeah, I did there. But I was pretty sure it was a rail. I'm just glad it was the bottom one and not the front. And my guess, if I had to say, what do you think, if someone had said, what do you think the cause of this was? I would like definitely lean into this being caused by the dual rail itself. The fact of having two of them, I think after the assembly of this version of the printer and the reassembly of this, I don't think it went together the same. I really don't. And I think that made a big difference. And I think what happened was it got somehow, there was tension on one side or something, and it just destroyed, one piece destroyed the other. I think that's what happened. So this should go together pretty easy. I said that, and then now the screw won't go in. I do remember this being a thing through part of it, though. There we go. That's the belts. Nice. Okay, now if everything was labeled, hey look, everything's labeled. Probe. That's got to be the probe. Hot end. Temperature sensor. Hot end fan, parts fan. Yeah, there we go. Everything's all accounted for. I guess I should change the camera back. There we go. Now you don't need to stare at the side of my head. Yeah, it's not perfect. It'll do until I get a new rail. This is just basically garbage now. T0, T0, there it is. Okay, now, cooling fans. Is that a printer now? Okay, that seems right just because of the way things were turned, but we'll see. I think I can, now I can push this to the back. And we can do our initial tighten of these, or retighten I should say. Doesn't seem to make much difference. It's all going to be down to the belts, I think. Okay, that's good. I don't like that. There's a twist in it. There's a twist in the belt. There we go. Belt is untwisted. Okay, let's get this right to the back. This needs to be loosened. Okay, this one just a little bit more. Whoops. Oh, I thought I broke something. No, I didn't. That seems pretty solid. I guess while I'm here, I can do this. All that is crap from the humidifier. Oh, nice. Just drops right through, just like it did before, just like it always did. What I don't like though is I don't know if my tolerances are worse or better or what is going on, but that's loose. I don't like that, because then I have to actually open it to change filament, whereas before I didn't. Okay, hey, look at that. We're 48 minutes in, and we already have a working printer. It's amazing. I didn't expect it. Okay. Let me this. So let's see what's working and what's not. I'm pretty sure it's all working. I'm not, yeah. Hey, listen to that. It's not horrible. It just sounds normal. Okay, now QGL yourself. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's where they added a button to turn the motors off. I'm 18. So it was too far off. Test print? I don't know if we need a test print. I think we need to pick some more printers. I think now we move on, we fix the, maybe the Switchwire. I'd really like to get the Switchwire going. I don't know why I did that again. Don't like that scratching up my, well, I'm not scratching it up, but I'm definitely letting it know I'm there. That should be a little more level. Okay, we got QGL going on here, so that's working. I was just being stupid because I never looked at it this way and I didn't see that this side was so much lower. Okay, so that's one done. I guess I should turn on the hot end fan to make sure I plugged in the right. Yeah, you're gonna tell by the sound. So yeah, that's all good. Shut her down. Okay, Switchwire. Poor Switchwire. I guess I should probably, you know, put the sides on at least. That way it really is done. Okay, good. Now I can go and I can reprint the 3 of these or something that were broken. I never did get to it because, well, stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. So I guess the next job is a soldering job. So, are we prepared for this? I'm just going to pull this stuff out and bring it up here. Okay, now, do we have room for a switch wire? We might. Well, I will say that through all this, the Ender switch wire and the Legacy have performed just fine. Here we go. I'm gonna unwire all the all this stuff for now because don't have it set up. Yeah, this all has to come off. You know what though? It's got all that crap on it from the humidifiers. I don't know. It's so dry in here without them, but I hate using them. I just hate humidifiers. Need an evaporative one, not a not a piezo. Oh yeah, my ender though is an ender switchwire. It's an ender wire. Oh, come on. I know you're glued onto the bottom. Just come off. Just forget that you're glued on. There you go. Oh. Okay, so everything here has been disassembled. So we've got no printer. Basically, this failed over and over and over and over again at Christmas. I'm just pulling these out of the plastic. Recycle. It's not a recycling bin. It's plastic that's going to go in the garbage. So yeah, this is the multicolor prints, and you know they failed with filament sensor issues at these points. And once the filament sensor has an issue, which means it's basically stuck saying there's filament in there, you can't do anything. You can't recover from that. I guess you could print from the thing up and glue them together, but I don't do that normally. So what do we need to do here? Well, I have this. It's this. I have it. You can see it looks like it was run over by a truck. Yeah, so it's broken. It's just mangled. But I also have that. So we're ready to replace it. So we need some supplies here that I just realized may be what's holding me up. I need very, very small. Heat shrink tape. Heat shrink tape. That's the words I'm looking for, is heat shrink tape. Yeah, I can tell you that is not still an ender. That is a switch wire. As switch wire as it gets, even if it's a switch wire, which is this is. But, you know, it's just basically made with the ender parts. So, yeah. I am actually thinking about buying another Ender 3, but just to make another switch wire out of it. I want to make the Dark Dog's updated V2 version of the Ender wire. Oh well. No, I'm not. I never said anything negative about the Enders. The Ender, like I started off with an Ender 5 Pro. Frames down there. It's gonna make a good printer one day. It got me into the whole hobby. It would have been the printer to print all the parts for the V2, the V2.4 as well, but that didn't exactly work out like that. Ordered one of those with Comgrow, yeah, you know, the North American Creality dealer. I ordered one of their tents for putting the Ender 5 in, and yeah, it would be fine if you wanted to store it, but if you want to print anything in there, it's impossible. But they sell it for that. So I ended up going, instead of returning the tent and doing all that, I ended up going and buying a Ender 3 And with that Ender 3, I popped that in a tent, and I spent, well, I upgraded the tool head to a all metal. Put that other guy's firmware on it, and then and then I printed all of the parts for the V2.4 in that tent. Struggled on some of it. Of course, the biggest mistake I made is I thought, hey, ASA will be easier to print. Yeah, well, from experience now after years, I would say ABS is easier to print. ASA doesn't stick as well. It just doesn't. At least the Polymaker doesn't. You can use the like I was wondering. I have some army green ASA, and I was thinking, my brain was like, oh, it's ABS, and I just went and started printing with it, and I could not get it to stick. It just kept on popping off, kept on popping off, kept on popping off. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then I realized I was printing with ASA. So I took it off and I put some ABS on there and printed what I needed without any issues. I still don't know how I possibly got all the parts for the 2.4 printed in that tent. I do know it took me months. Captain tape. Yeah, I used glue to get it to stick, but it took me months. It worked. Yes, it worked. Kapton tape to that size, though, and a usable size, is pretty expensive. Like I do have Kapton tape, but it's just for wrapping wires near hot things. So yeah, that's how this all started, was actually printing everything on an Ender 3. But that Ender 3 is now the Ender Switchwire, which is a solid printer. It is so solid, and it is quick. It's not the fastest printer I have. That's the legacy. But fast comes from motors, not from anything else. The legacy has the motors that I invested the most money in, and therefore are the fastest motors. Meaning, like, they're like 2 amp motors. You're not going to get fast with like 1.5 amp motors. They just don't seem to have the same go. At least in my personal experience. Okay, I may have some heat shrink tape that can get us through this. Oh yeah, 10 centimeter wide strips would definitely make a difference. But I print on, when I used my Ender, I printed on glass. It was carbon, I keep on going to say carbonite glass, but that's like Star Wars. I'm pretty sure Luke Skywalker was put in carbonite. I could be wrong. Not like I watched it last week. I didn't. Okay, so here we go. We're down to the table. Is that as far as I can? Oh no, there we go. There we go. Get that out of the way. Try to figure out which way this goes. So green. Okay. That, I think, is what we need. I'm just gonna, you know, reuse everything. Now, where do I keep my soldering stuff? I haven't used it since I moved here. Yeah, it's not plain glass. It's got that coating on it. The only thing I can really say about glass is it's flat. When it's flat, it's flat. Oh, that's the real tools. You don't need real tools. Carborundum glass? Carborundum glass? I think, yeah, something like that. Okay, let free. That's all I need. I actually found, you know, when it came to PLA and stuff like that, I didn't really have a problem. The glass worked pretty well. I got things to stick, no problem. There was the odd piece that just, with the 2.4 print in ASA, they just wouldn't stick. It just didn't want to. There was just one or two pieces that were painful. Okay. Wow, that was weird. It's like the wire, it literally flipped right around and attached itself the other way. I've never seen anything like it. Was like a gymnastics for a little piece of wire. Oh, come on. Wow. Come on, gravity. You need to help me here. I need gravity to help. Borosilicate glass. I actually think it is. I think that thing I have is borosilicate glass with a carborundum coating. Of course, I use PEI sheets for everything now. PEI sheet is the most awesome thing ever when it comes to printing. Everything sticks to it. And if it doesn't, all you got to do is take some you know, really fine sandpaper or some steel wool and you know, treat the surface or retreat the surface, and boom, suddenly your PEI sheet is as good as new, unless you like smash a tool head into it and grind circles, or, you know, which, come on, we've all done it. Wow. It's really weird. You know, even after this much time, I'd swear there's things that I haven't seen since I moved. Like, I'm literally missing pieces of clothing. Like 3 pieces of clothing. My soldering stand that I use for soldering stuff, I haven't seen it since I got here. I'm looking for the old one right now. But yeah, this is going to make this a problem. Where would the old one be? Oh, okay, we need this, Yes, I'm always this disorganized. Aha! Damn, these things need to be longer. Oh well. Might be too small. I might not have the stuff. Okay, so the middle one needs to be covered all the way. Okay, yeah, this'll work. Barely, but it'll work. So this needs to be covered all the way, and the other two just need to have the wires covered. Oh. Not the wires, but the soldering. Apathetic Ender 5 plus, flip the glass. Oh, glued on a P, yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing I see people doing, is just switching it over to a PEI print surface, whether it be, you know, like, there's this, what is it called? What's the brand? Hub 3D. These. There we go. This thing. Unused. I've only used the textured PI. It's kind of dusty right now. But yeah, basically one side textured, one side flat. Hub 3D. They're $30-something. And I've got Hub 3D on everything now. And the reason being is everything else I've got, what's the other one? Energetic or something like that. They bubble and they just come off. After a few hundred hours of printing, you get a bubble and you get a bubble and you get a bubble and you're like, what the hell's going on? Well, it's coming off and destroying itself. So yeah, it's no good. So those other ones I've had no luck with, but I have these on every printer now, and I run them up to about 105 degrees, and they work great. One side is sprayed, one side is textured, and the other side is a sheet. You can share a pathetic, there's a link to their Discord in the thing. You can share images there. I can't remember the stock bed. It was a magnetic flexi sheet of some type of thermoplastic. I can't remember what it was. That was the bed that came with my Ender 5. I feel like I'm reminiscing about the old days. I'm not. Yeah, the black one. It was awful. No, it wasn't awful. It was hard to get things to stick. They expected you to use other ways to make things stick, is basically the way I felt about that. That was their expectation. And I don't like that. I'm going to say that like right off the bat. I don't like that. I don't use any glue ever on any prints. Ever. Maybe if I were to print maybe if I was printing PTG. And that's more of a getting it not to stick thing. But I don't use glue on anything. There's occasionally something that has like a round base or something that's really flat that I'll use a full skirt. Yeah, textured is fine on PTG, but sometimes you don't want that. Like if I'm printing PTG, I'm generally printing clearer, more transparent things. Rather than, otherwise I'll just print in PLA or ABS or whatever the case may be. I just don't, I don't see the general advantages anywhere else. Though I have to admit, it does, you do get some pretty, you can get some pretty clear prints with PET, not with PETG. If you print it solid and slow, you can get some really almost clear plastic. You notice I'm trying not to commit there because it's not clear. It's almost clear. No, I guess I better clean these off. That is not good. It's like he coated the whole thing and put a big blob at the bottom that basically attached all three So, yeah, I haven't really mentioned it on Discord or anything like that, just because I've been sort of keeping it to myself. So, I have mentioned that the company that I worked for got purchased. I've mentioned that a couple times, I think. So yeah, that February 1st was the whole switchover, and I am still waiting to start work because some third-party security company is taking forever to do security checks. Like literally, they're taking months. It's been 3 months since they started doing security checks, which is total BS. Like seriously, I've never done anything wrong in my life. So it's kind of like very frustrating to still be waiting to start work. So yeah, it's though I have to admit I haven't been like just idling. I've been keeping myself occupied, just not with work. And right now, this is going into its second month. It's translucent. Yeah, exactly. It's translucent. It's not, PETG is not transparent. But it can be quite translucent when it needs to be, and if you print it real carefully. I've actually got reasonably translucent PLA as well, with some really slow printing, with the fan halfway, and the heat just a little high. Printed solid, and I got some reasonable PLA clear prints. Okay. Oh, crap. I'm a dum-dum. Okay. Hey, you're not plugged into anything. I'm not crawling around all over the floor. Okay, so now I need to get this thing in here. That's going to be the difficult part. Okay, so I think I need to fire this up. We need power, which means I should probably just put the soldering stuff away. You know what? That doesn't need to go in a box. It can just stay there now. All this is garbage except for that, which I better save just in case I screw this up. So we need to test this. We need to make sure this thing works before we go and try to get this all going. So let's pull that up a bit. I'm gonna get the board for the MMU. This needs to be plugged in for this printer to fire up now. So that's going to sit there. I have special plugs on the back of the Switchwire that I made to hold like a barrel plug and USB. So we basically have 24 volts out and a USB connection on the back of the unit. So that's basically designed for this. Don't think I need anything else there. But what I am going to need is the power. And where did it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh. Like, okay, yeah, I guess I plugged in the soldering iron with it. Okay, here we go. Lights on, no one home. Oh, there we go. Somebody just showed up. BS 391. Okay. Right now, according to this, there's filament detected. Magnets, I'm looking for magnets. Sometimes I just shake my head at all the crap. Okay, where would magnets be? Overly organized. Everything has its place, so much so that I can't find anything ever. No magnets. This is where I would expect to find magnets. No magnets. Micro switches, displays, ribbon cables. No magnets. Of course, I wouldn't expect to find magnets here. Yeah. This is kind of bizarre. Like, I literally have multiple types of magnets. I have installed magnets since I've moved here. I'm crawling around on the floor looking for magnets, because, you know, that's what one does. Okay, no magnets. Now, it's not going to be in here because there's nothing in there that's in little plastic containers, and all my magnets are in little plastic containers. Because it'd be madness to keep magnets any other way, wouldn't it? Madness, I tell you. No, is that no, no. Well, that's brought things to a halt. Hey, this is magnetic. Hey, look. You can't see. But when I put this magnet next to the switch, it goes from empty to detected. So, switch works. Sorry, I just spent a month or 2 weeks playing a stupid game. Okay, switch works. Now, the question is this. Switch works, yes. But does the switch work with the magnet here? Okay, so let's figure out which side of the switch works. Which is the switch side? It's not that side. It is that side. That's the switch side, is the top. Wonk. So that's the switch side, which makes me think this needs to go in that way. Empty. Empty. It's empty, guys. It's empty. It's detected. It's empty. I had to hammer on it. It's detected. It's empty. It's detected. It's empty. Okay. It's detected. It's empty. That's all we needed to know. Now I'll be, in no time at all, I will be back to having 2-day prints failing halfway through. You just wait and see. Ah! Okay, maybe I should put these on here first. That's too long. That looks about right. Okay, if you want to keep falling out, that's fine. I'll just wait till later. Oh, come on. Wow, just doesn't want to go in. Really? It's where you need something like an electric screwdriver or something. Yay! Yay! Okay, so that's on there now. According to the thing says filament detected. Okay, that's not good. Oh, dummy. Wow. I thought the thing got jammed. But you gotta plug it in. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. Empty. Not empty. What are you doing, you piece of junk? Okay, now it's stuck again. Okay, so this is the exact same problem as before. Yeah, it's exactly the same problem as before. The way they detect. So basically what they're doing is there's a magnet and there's a sensor. And then there's the thing that where the filament goes through. So you got your sensor, you got your magnet, and there's a washer that sits in the way of the filament path. And basically when you push it out of the way, it gets closer to the magnet, which extends the magnetic field, which then detects it. The problem, of course, is everything, every single thing is reliant upon a washer rolling back and forth in this channel. Now the problem, of course, is, yeah, it does sometimes roll back and forth, but sometimes it doesn't. And we are also dealing with a multi-material unit. Now, if anybody's dealt with a MMU, you know they're messy. They're like, you can literally see the byproduct of an MMU on the tip of my finger here. Now, I will admit that's after printing like maybe 6 or 7 of those Santa Claus things. Trying to. But that's the byproduct of the MMU. That's what came out of the inside of here when I went to take it all apart. And it's something you can't really avoid, because it's basically melting the end, trying to create a tip, pulling it out, rolling it back thousands of times in a single print. So you end up with sometimes the little tip of the thing breaking off and it junking up stuff in here. So the whole idea of a filament sensor that is based on a washer that rolls back and forth is a non-functional filament sensor to begin with. It's fine if it's working in a clean environment, a clean room where there's no dust, there's nothing else that can affect its movement. But this is literally affected by, stuff that's in there. I can literally tap on it and it drops back down. So, I'm gonna say it. Like people will say, "Oh, just make it bigger so that it moves more." Well, no. Now you've created a larger area for more shit to collect in. So you're gone from one extreme, and there is no balance. There really isn't a balance here. You're not going to be able to create a filament sensor using this style of mechanism that isn't susceptible to crap collecting and stopping the thing from coming down. It just doesn't exist. It just can't exist. The filament sensor again, an optical sensor won't work because you could have transparent filament. A combination optical, yeah, I don't know. Let's find a piece of filament. Here's some filament right here. Let's see what happens when we use an actual piece of filament. So detected, it's still detected. So I have exactly the same problem. as I had before. We have not made, like, basically, the only thing I've done here is change the sensor. I have not solved the problem. So how do we solve this problem? Now, I've gone looking for this one. I've gone looking for versions of clockwork that will allow me to use a ball. But again, well, the ball's better. The ball, I will admit, the ball is better. Ideally, a ball and a magnet would be the best bet, I think. But basically, this is non-functional. Because that thing will not, like, it's out right now. Empty. Detected, empty. Detected. Detected. It still says detect, oh, empty again. Yeah, I don't know what to do. But I can guarantee that this isn't a fix. None of these are fixes. There's the actual thing. Ball bearing. We're missing a part too. The part that screws down and holds all this in is nowhere to be found. But that's besides the point. This is not a solution. I can't use this. Yeah, no, it's useless. It's absolutely useless. We're not doing it. I need another solution. I need a better filament sensor. That just doesn't work. That's the filament sensor for the enraged rabbit carrot feeder. But and it's been a nightmare on all fronts. It was a nightmare to try to set up the ERCF. And it was a nightmare trying to get this working. I think it's time I stopped and figured out another way to do this. Now, the MMU2, so let's think about this. I would bring the MMU2 over. I will. It's all attached to its own. Like you can just see the pieces of plastic that are built up even in there. So yeah, they took a much smarter approach to filament selection than the other units, where they have a sensor, a ball sensor, a pinda sensor at the end of after the load. Now, the thing is that's the difference between this and the ERCF. Like the ERCF never really needed a filament sensor. The ERCF has the ability, as it feeds, to measure. It has an encoder. So it can measure the amount of filament that's coming out. It can also tell when filament's coming out. So once it gets down to the extruder and it goes to pull the filament itself, that encoder can go, hey, yeah, the filament's being pulled. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's leave it to the printer to do its thing until I get to the next part. Okay. Check out SMUF on Alt ERCF. Okay. Yeah, but the ERCF software in its current form is sensorless. Well, at least not filament sensor. The MMU2 cannot do that. It has no way to know when filament's moving. So you can assume that a filament has made it to the thing, but no, you can't. You can't. That's a bad solution. We need a filament sensor in this thing. There's no other option. Without a filament sensor, this is not going to work. So I either need to. Okay, so my plan is this. I'm going to take this away with me. Smart multi-filament feeder. Yeah, the ERCF is smarter in a way. It has more knowledge about what's going on than the MMU2. The MMU2 is stupid. It totally is. But it's stupid in such a great way. It is so awesome that it's so stupid. Because I can do what I want with it. I can go in and write the macros that make it do the stuff. It's great that it's stupid. I wouldn't have been able to get it working if it was so smart. But the ERCF is so damn smart that I can't get it to work. You know, it's there's a complexity involved because of that encoder that I don't have to worry about here. I really wish I could get it going though. Like, it's very frustrating. And my brain is saying, well, you know, there's a possibility that, yeah, it could get through a print, but I don't think it could be consistent. I really wish I could find that part. I guess I can print one on the V2. That would only take a couple minutes. But of course, the bigger question is why is it gone? Does it still exist? And I've just lost it? Okay. Link in Discord, awesome. Maybe I can, can I Discord? Can I Discord? Oh, so it's a whole new, oh. Well, yeah, that's, that's fine. I've already got 2 MMUs. I'm not looking for a third. Definitely not. I'll look at it and see what it is, but it to me it looks like I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to judge. I want to take a closer look and see myself. But I don't know if it's going to fit what I want. I'll look at it and I'll check some YouTube videos and see what people say about it. I hate to say the other problem is much bigger. Both the other problems are much bigger. And I don't really know how to tackle them right now. Yep, you're absolutely right. Any MMU is going to be tough. Just the nature of what it has to do it's not an easy task. It basically needs to be able to change the filament consistently. You know, if you've got 5 colors and 200 layers, you've got 1,000 real, roughly, you know, it depends on how many colors per layer, but you've got 1,000 color changes, 1,000 filament changes that need to occur. So yeah, the you know, there are units out there. I can't, Prism, is that her name? But there is a unit out there that I think uses a different method. Palette, yeah, that's it, Palette. Prism is an API for WPF and when you're using the MVVM pattern. Sorry, programming. Yeah, the palette AMS, and I hear the one on the bamboo works pretty well too. The bamboo one is using the same idea as the other one. The palette, I think, does joining. I think it knows how much filament is required. It cuts the filament. It melts the filament together so that you end up with a single line of filament still going to the printer. And I think that's an awesome idea. I think that's like, wow, that's great. I wonder how much that fails. Like with that, you could almost quite literally have it create your roll of filament ahead of time. And then you just put it in the printer and print. Like, yeah. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, that's just, yeah. $800 is too much. You know, I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm surrounded by like two of these printers are probably worth $2,000. The V2 and the Tridents are probably worth $2,000. The Legacy, I don't know, $800. Probably about this thing costs a lot more than it's worth. The LDO, this thing was like $1,600. Said and done. So, you know, throwing a $800 MMU on top of this doesn't, you know, it doesn't seem like it's that bad of an idea. But I really have to say the problems that it comes with are they're quite overwhelming. There's so much that can go on and go wrong when you have to change the filament 1,000 times in a print. Everything from the filament sensor, and you know, don't get me wrong. Like, if that filament sensor would not have failed, that print would have worked. It would have printed just fine. The MMU, because it's such a dumb device, it's so stupid that it never went wrong. It was almost flawless. But if not for the filament sensor suddenly saying the filament is still in the device and the only way to fix it was to take it apart and get all the bits of plastic out of it, yeah, that puts a damper on things. Oh, but yeah, the waste, the nights of lost sleep. The Trident multi-tool head, like the Tridex. Or is this a Trident that goes around and you have like 5 tool heads in the back and you just go and pick them up? That would be cool. I think that would work better in a 2.4 though. Because you could have a rack up top here to hold your tool heads and you could bring the whole thing up and dock your tool head, come down and pick up another tool head with the whole gantry. But yeah, I do think in the long run, like I'd love to get the when it comes out, the Prusa XL. I think that with 5 tool heads, that thing would just be sweet. You know, you solve all those problems. No more bits of plastic, no more everything, no more any of that stuff. Different materials, different temperatures, it's all covered. It would do it all. Why is that? YouTube's getting terrible with keeping up with the live stream these days. What's going on? Oh well, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so takeaways from me right now, I need to go print a new filament sensor for this. Or not filament sensor, I need to go print a new filament sensor cover for this. Or find the old one. Like I feel like it should be like somewhere. Like maybe I threw it in the thing just earlier today when I was cleaning up for the stream. It could be sitting in here. But I'd probably be better off printing a new one. So I'm gonna go take care of that. I'm gonna try to get this filament sensor working. I don't know what it's gonna take. I might have to go see if I can find some different washers or something like that. 5, yes, it needs 5. But better off with 12. A 12 tool changer. It goes around the corner and picks them up off the sides. I don't know. But yeah, I think okay, we are, yeah, okay. It's doing wacky things. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna go get those things done. Don't expect a long period of time between this and the next stream. I'm going to try to aim for something, either, well, today's what, Wednesday? Maybe Friday, or probably Monday. I'm gonna be avoiding streaming on the weekends. They seem to be pretty occupied with 3D printer streamers right now. And I just don't have the time that's available in order to do this. So I'm gonna aim for Friday or Monday. More streams, yeah. More streams. Many more streams. I do, I just don't have anything to do is the big problem with the streams right now. Like I could stream printing things, but I don't have the ability to stream building things just because I'm, everything's broke, including me. So I used to be able to buy a $2,000 printer every month if I wanted to. And that ability is gone. I'm loving the new place. It's great. Like, I'm going to say a lot of what's changed has changed for the positive. Like my disposable income level before was crazy. My rent was next to nothing. Like literally now my rent is $1,200 more a month. $1,300 more a month because I got to pay for parking. That's a lot of spending money gone. I liked spending money. Spending money was fun. But I'm getting back to the point where I see light at the end of the tunnel next month. I do see me being able to afford to buy the new rail. I could do that in the next week. So yeah, I should see what size this is. Is it a 400? Yeah, it's 400. Or 40 centimeters, whatever you want to call it. 400 millimeters, probably the best way to put it. So yeah, opening things up a bit. And I'm so glad to finally get here. Now, I have to admit that not working is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm still getting paid, which I don't know makes a difference. It's changing my life for the worst. Anyway, I've never not worked. So I'm creating bad habits and stuff like that. You know, and one of the bad habits could have been streaming more if the computer wasn't broken. I think I've got that figured out now. I don't know. No more blue screen today. I did do some gaming streaming over on my gaming channel, which I haven't done in a long time, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. Not a lot of people come watch me there. You know, it's just 1 or 2 friends hanging out. Well, maybe we got up to 5 or 6. So, you know, similar to today. But yeah, I just can't repurpose that computer for this. So, sort of stuck until I got this up. So let's see what happens. I'm aiming for Friday. I'm more likely to be Monday. If I go back to work, everything's up in the air. And just take it as it goes. So I'm gonna leave this here. I wish it was longer. I just don't have anything else to do. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'll be back later, within a week. Thanks.